What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Hold My Nuts podcast, where we talk about everything semen retention. No foul. You're tired of releasing on your keyboards, your laptops, and your desktops, and you're tired of being manipulated and dominated by female culture, man. You know what I need you to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way with helping out the channel. Welcome to Hold My Nuts podcast. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video, man. Listen, let's get into this video, man. Oh, also, again, man, if you want the free ebook, all you got to do is follow me on Twitter. It's in the comments what you need to do. Follow me on Twitter, send me an email with your handle, and I will send you the book for free, okay? So let's get into this video, man. Voyeurism is a term that is a very interesting term, and it pretty much summarizes what's going on in this whole pornographic age that we're living in. Okay, voyeurism is basically the practice of being sexually aroused by watching other people have sex. Okay, this term has been identified with the peeping Tom, right? Excuse me. You get aroused by watching a woman undress. She doesn't know that she's being watched, but you're watching her as she undresses herself. You're spying on women, or you're doing something to gain access to this woman's privacy. And you're being aroused by it. You're being stimulated by it, okay? Porn would actually fit into this situation as well, because you're actually watching two people have sex and you are getting sexually aroused. Now, on this channel, the past maybe 30 videos, I've been going really hard on the spiritual implications of masturbating, spilling your seed, dropping these things on demonic altars. So what I wanted to do with this particular video was just to give you some practical reasons as to why this is a very, very dangerous practice, because we live in the spirit and we live in the flesh. So both of these realities combined, one and the same, right? You can't have one without the other. So I'm going to give you some practical, physical reasons why this is a problem. So what we have to understand is the dangers of masturbation. I mean, it's a very pernicious activity. Watching porn, masturbating, pleasuring yourself. Nothing's good going to come out of it. But what I want to highlight today is when you train yourself to become aroused by watching other people have sex, this becomes the dominant factor in your arousal, right? Because you're repeatedly engaging and watching other people have sex, whether you're being a peeping Tom and you're spying on girls, and you're planting cameras and you're doing things to gain access to a woman's privacy, or you're watching porn, or you're going to places where you can watch people have sex. You are training your mind, your brain, on how to make you aroused. So you are basically forfeiting the natural way of arousal from natural attraction for the opposite sex, to teaching your brain, this is how I like to be stimulated. So once you do that multiple times, year over year, there's no wonder why erectile dysfunction is such a big deal. It's such a big business. And the reason for this is porn. Guys can only stimulate themselves by watching other people have sex. That's basically, excuse me, what you're doing. You're watching other people go at it. You're not involved. It's not in the first person. You're in the second person. You're looking at two people go at it at the end of the day. And you're training your brain to get aroused. So when you watch porn for hours a day, you have subscriptions and you're doing these type of things, you're telling your brain, this is the natural process of my arousal. So what happens is when you actually get with the real woman, you're shy, you're timid, you're scared, and your brain is not giving the signals for you to actually be aroused because, one, you forked out so much information and so much data to your brain for arousal through watching porn, through, being in the second person in most of your sexual experiences. That's a problem. And that's something you guys should all want to avoid, right? When it comes to here's the thing, here's the proof that this is true. You need to go get a supplement or something to be with a woman because you don't have the confidence that you're going to be able to handle your business because you've been forking out all of your juices and stuff with things that aren't real. And you've been living in a virtual world. That's where the most of your extraction of your semen is coming from you giving it to a screen, right? Desktops, keyboards, laptops, you're giving it to a screen. That's where most of your sexual experience are coming from as far as your ejaculations are concerned, or you're ejaculating in your mind, but it's never in the first person with you being with somebody else. Those moments are limited compared to, or few compared to all of the other moments where you actually are watching somebody else engage in sexual activity. So when it comes time for you to actually be with a woman, here's the proof. You need to have a pill or you need to have a supplement, hence erectile dysfunction, all these different pills that you can actually take. They're making money, otherwise they wouldn't be advertising the way they do. Right? No one's going to advertise for something that they're not making money on. That's a waste of cash. So when you actually want to be with a woman, you have to go get a pill because you need that pill to give you the confidence and give you the blood flow so you can actually handle your business with this female. Now, here's the trick. Here's the kicker. No one goes and buys erectile dysfunctional pills to play with themselves. Mic drop. I ain't gonna drop this mic. This cost me a little bit. I ain't gonna drop this one. But let me say that again. And hit the like button, man, because I know I'm giving y'all some nuggets right now. Some practical nuggets. No one goes and buys erectile dysfunctional pills to play with themselves. And if you do that, I don't know what to say. You're on a whole nother level, bro. But think about it. Would you go buy erectile dysfunctional pills to jack off, to desecrate keyboards, laptops, and desktops? No. Why? Because you don't need it. Why don't you need it? Because you've already trained your brain on how to stimulate yourself. You've already trained your brain on how you should be aroused. So when you start pulling out that laptop, you start pulling out your phone and you're ready to get down to business, the arousal begins to come, the excitement begins to come, all of these things that you're feeling for your computer screen or your phone that should be used for an actual woman. Now you don't need anything. You're naturally getting aroused from pornography. You're naturally getting aroused from not actually being involved in the sexual experience, but actually watching it. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. So what happens is in your life, when it comes to the opposite sex, you don't have that confidence as a man. Because one, you don't have the energy, you don't have the testosterone, you don't have the blood flow, and you don't have the drive to actually go out and have the confidence that you can actually handle your business in bed with a woman. Because you're giving that to watching other people have sex. I really want you guys to think about that. Really think about that. The majority of your ejaculations are coming from watching other people engage in sexual activity. Think about it. You train your brain on how you should be aroused. You rewire your brain. It's muscle memory. That's all it is. It's muscle memory. So when you go to be with a chick, you don't have the muscle memory there. The brain, all the data and the information on how to arouse you is with the computer screens, the laptops, your phones, and all that other stuff. But it's not with an actual woman. You got to think about that, man. You guys are really playing with your future of actually being able to get a mate, being able to find a Proverbs 31 woman. You guys are actually playing with yourself. You like, this is not a game. And not only are you not able to, handle business because you've released just a boatload of semen. You don't have the confidence. You're worrying more about how you're going to perform having sex than you are, can you arrange for it to happen? Now, this is strictly on a practical level, so it's not really super spiritual, but I'm just showing you on a practical level. So I'm not advocating for you guys to go out there and just be doing stuff. I'm just saying on a practical level, when it comes to engaging, with the opposite sex, the only thing that a man should be worried about is creating the arrangement, not if I'm going to be able to perform. Or am I going to be able to close the deal? Not am I going to be able to perform. Right? Because your brain, you haven't trained your brain to be aroused by watching other people have sex. Think about that. You guys are rewiring your brain. You're reprogramming your brain on how you should be aroused. That's a problem. Hold My Nuts podcast, man. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video, man. Peace.